Insurance.
Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. I'm Brett Chapin, and that is guest co-host James Welsh.
Hello again.
If you have any questions for any of our guests today, guys, give us a call at 1-800-336-2225. And we have sitting in with us talented actor Zach Coffer. Thanks for joining us, Zach.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to get to Zach a little bit later on in the segment, and we're going to, before we speak to him, be talking with Marina and Mark from anactivedog.com. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi.
How are you?
Thanks for having us.
No problem. Thanks for giving us a call today. So you guys heard me a little bit earlier in the segment kind of talking about your organization and what you do there. Tell us a little bit about it in your own words, because I feel like you guys could probably give a better description than I could.
Okay, well, let me just first, I guess I'll make the correction. We actually started the production in May of this year. So that was May in 2011.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just wanted to make sure that was correct. We actually, Mark and I were just, going about our ordinary lives, and we were living in Santa Fe at the time, and Mark had a wonderful rescue dog, Santina. He'd had her for over 20 years, and she had died, and it was sometime after that we were sort of thinking about getting ready to get another dog. And so obviously we wanted to rescue one. And, I was just on the website checking out the different shelters, what was going on. And to my horror, discovered all of these different statistics about the kill rates in shelters. Obviously came across some really awful graphic videos and started to do a little bit of research. Mm-hmm. And what I was doing was I was passing this information, I was emailing it all to Mark, and he would just say, quit sending me that stuff, it's just awful. And I'd say, no, this is really awful what we're looking at here, we've got to look at it. So I kept sending it over and over again until finally Mark was just so put off. And we really just had the conversation, it would be really easy for us to not do anything. To be overwhelmed. So we asked ourselves, what can we do to help the situation for the animals? And so Mark literally got up the next day and asked me for a number, to come up with a number of, just focused on dogs, for how many are killed every day in shelters across America. And so we came up with the number 5,500 are killed every day.
Wow.
And it's going to take Mark 2 years to paint what we kill in one day. And the object of the exercise was to create an exhibit large enough, much like a memorial, where people could see and put faces to these animals. And the art itself will raise $20 million for the no-kill shelters and groups. And so we set it up as a 501c3 so we could make sure that money gets into the hands of the people that it needs to, which doesn't currently happen with large animal charities.
That's absolutely wonderful. Where do you get the pictures of the dogs? Are they specific dogs that have been killed that year?
Yeah, we get them from there's a wonderful site called Dogs in Danger, mm-hmm. and they actually are a sort of a last chance for these animals. They post these pictures and they post the kill dates, the euthanasia dates of these dogs, giving them a last cry for help. And then obviously what happens is they go into a memorial. So we go into the memorial, and sadly all the dogs that didn't make it out alive, we, download their pictures, and then Mark, from there does a sketch and then paints. We also get a lot of rescue groups and people on Facebook that are fans of ours that also send us dogs that they've worked around in the shelters, and so we also put them, so they're also part of the 5,500 as well.
Amazing. Pretty interesting stuff, huh, James?
Yeah. It's an amazing idea. I'm really inspired by that, and I'm going to make sure that I keep promoting it on my Facebook page.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they need all the voices they can get.
Yeah, I think, from my side of it, it was really hideous stuff that Marina was sending me, and when we decided to go forward with the project had to be impactful enough where it could make change. And when the exhibition is finished, when I finish painting the paintings, it'll be, if you just lined it up in a straight line 10 feet high, it would go almost 2 football fields long. Wow. And it had to be that impactful in order for it to do what we wanted it to do, which was something that big, and I had to look it up. It's literally half the size of the Sistine Chapel, square footage wise. And so it had to be impactful enough where it would make a dent in the general population, not people that are in the shelter world, people that are in the rescue world and all that, but I mean an impactful, sort of guttural reaction from the general public. I mean, and it had to be big enough where people would want to see it. They're going, we can't believe that one person painted 5,500 paintings in 2 years, and then when we set up the show, that the impact of just having all of those faces of those dogs that have died needlessly in these shelters, it would just be overwhelming to be in that space, with all of those paintings. So that's where, I decided to actually use, art for social change. I'd done the galleries and all that stuff for most of my life, and, I'd never really done anything that was, for social change or that had that kind of impact. So that was really my reason for doing it, and really using, what I've done most of my life, if not all of my life, to actually make a change. So, as far as my perspective, that's why I did it, and that's the way I, saw fit that we could actually make impact on this, just growing problem, and I think the general public really needs to know what's going on in these shelters, and I think it's, for the most part, it's information that not many people, even most people that are dog owners, know about. So it's real important that the project have that kind of impact.
Absolutely. I think it's great what you guys are doing. How many dogs did you have painted so far, Mark? Out of
There's about
1,200.
1,200 painted, and I'm hoping to have by the end of April probably close to 2,200 painted, and then I've got one more year to paint the rest of them. It took me a while to get set up because this is not like anything I've ever done before. When I was doing just regular shows, they'd want 20, 30 pieces for a solo show, and this is 5,500 in 2 years. So it's a different approach, but it had to be an approach.
Hold that thought, Mark. Mark, hold that thought. We'll be back on La La Land with Brett and Ned on CRN Digital Talk.
Have you heard? Proactiv is better than ever. Stay tuned for a 1,000,000 bottle giveaway. Do you have troubled skin, acne? Well, we have great news. With Proactiv, your acne can heal, and you can prevent new breakouts from happening. Be one of the first to try it by giving us a call at 1-800-752-4996. Because we're going to let 1,000,000 people try Proactiv risk-free and also receive our legendary refining mask and green tea moisturizer free if you call right now. You heard it. Be one of the first to try better than ever Proactiv solution. You'll receive a 60-day risk-free trial, plus a free refining mask and green tea moisturizer. Call 1-800-752-4996. This is our best radio offer. Get your risk-free 60-day trial of Proactiv plus 2 free extras. Go to getproactiv.com or call 1-800-752-4996. That's 1-800-752-4996.
CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow top mattresses, luxurious